Hello everyone, it's That Teacher here, and today's lesson is going to be on descending order. Let's start learning. Welcome back to the channel everyone. We're going to begin our lesson on descending order. Now descending order is arranging a group of numbers from the largest to the smallest. As you can see by the graph in front of you, the largest number is 60. The first number we begin with is 60, and we work our way down from 60 to 50, 40, 30, 20, 10. As you can see, the numbers are decreasing in size. So we start from the largest number and work our way down to the smallest number. That is descending order. It's as simple as that. Let's start learning. So here are some easy ways to remember descending order. Now, some of the students in my class and students I've had previously often get mistaken and confused which one is ascending, which one is descending. These are the ways I teach them how to remember descending order. So the first way to remember it is the capital D. So D for down, you got to think of D for down. Now the capital D for descending, it starts at the top and moves down. So D for down is the easiest way to remember descending order. My other way involves the word down, but we're using a mountain. So we start at the top of the mountain. You've reached the top, but we need to work our way down the mountain, just like that teacher did, to the smallest number. So we're at the top of the mountain. We're starting at the top and we're working our way down. So D for down is the easiest way to remember it. Starting from the top, working our way down to the smallest. Now, this is the best strategy to solve descending order. The first thing we need to do is read the question. It's important. Even if you think you've got it covered, just make sure you spend the 5 seconds it takes to read the question. Trust me, I've seen students make simple mistakes, especially in this descending and ascending order. Make sure you read the question, because sometimes I've marked multiple tests where they put the question, it says descending in the question, but the answer's in ascending order. So that's just a little pro teacher tip from your teacher. It's That Teacher. Now let's get going. So A, the largest number here, we're looking at the tens of thousands column. We don't even have to read the others unless they're similar. So you can see we have a 16, 43, 34, and 26,000. 43 is the largest one. Put a nice neat cross and put the number below. Now you can see with this strategy, the beauty is the more numbers you cross off, the easier it gets, because there's less and less options. So we only have 3 options now. We have 16,000, 34,000, 26,000. Remember, we're only focusing on the tens of thousands column. I know that it's 16,373, but when the tens of thousands are very different, that's how you go. That's why knowing your place value is super important when it comes to descending order. So the next largest number would be 34,405. Cross it off, put it below. Now we're only left with 2 options here, 16,373 or 26,635. 26,635 is the next largest number. Cross it off and put it below. Finally, the beauty with this method is when you're at the last number, you're completely finished, because there's only one option left. We've worked through all the numbers. We've put crosses so that we don't get confused, and we know we only have one option left. So the final number in that series would be 16,373. Now I'm going to show you that again twice to consolidate that learning. Then there'll be questions for you at the end. B, the largest numbers here would be 60,067. Cross it off, put it below. The next largest number, you can see 25,000, 41,000, 34,000. That would be 41,456. Moving on, we've got 2 options here, 25,743 or 34,335. We already know that 34,000 in the tens of thousands column is bigger, so we cross it off, put it below. Finally, we have one answer left, cross it off, put it below, and that's how you solve that. Now, with C, the numbers are a little bit closer, so you need to be careful. Your teachers will throw in little trick questions like this to see if you truly have mastered the concept of descending order. So the largest number here, you can see we have two numbers beginning with 11,000 and two numbers beginning with 12,000. So we know that 12,000 is the number that we need to work with. So 12,456 or 12,005. 12,456 is the largest number, so that's what we need to begin with. Cross it off, put it below. The next largest number has to be 12,005 because remember, knowing your place value, there's 12 in the tens of thousands column, so 12,000, excuse me. So we know that's next. Now, you've got two numbers starting with 11,000, so that would be 11,993 and 11,005. 11,993 is the next largest number. And finally, like I've said previously, the best thing with this method is that you're completely finished because you only have one possible outcome, one possible option left. 11,005 is your final number. And that's how I solve descending order. And that's how I teach my students to solve descending order. Crossing it off eliminates simple errors and makes sure it keeps track of where you're at and allows you to easily answer descending order. And the best thing is, the longer it goes, the easier it gets. So that's how I solve descending order questions. So here are some questions for you at home if you'd like to do them. Get a piece of paper, write the answers down. There's answers coming up on the next slide. So we're gonna go through those together. While I have you here, thank you for liking and subscribing to the channel. I'm really excited and hopefully spread the word. We can increase those numbers and get the message out here about the content that we're doing on the channel. So thank you for that. Here are the answers to the questions I gave you earlier. So I already know that if you followed those easy and simple strategies, you would have absolutely nailed those questions. So hopefully if you have, let me know if that was helpful for you. So thank you for coming to that lesson. It's That Teacher. We'll see you soon.